His lawyer leaned in and whispered 5 words. Just 5. And in that moment, everything changed. Jason Miller's face went pale. His hands started shaking. The papers he'd been so eager to sign trembled like leaves in a storm. And me. For the first time in 3 years, I smiled. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Because to understand why that smile mattered, you need to understand how I got here. My name is Emily Carter. I'm 34 years old. And until 3 months ago, I was married to Jason Miller for 15 years. I met Jason when I was 17. I'd graduated high school early and taken a minimum wage job as a file clerk at a small law firm, paper cuts, bad coffee, and big dreams. By 18, I was a legal assistant. I was good with numbers, good with details, and very good at keeping my mouth shut. Jason was 24, charming, ambitious, talked about success like it already belonged to him. He said he'd build a real estate empire. I joked that I'd help him file the paperwork. We married when I was 19. Our son Ethan was born a year later. When Jason's business started taking off, he asked me to quit my job and help him full-time. I became everything: bookkeeper, office manager, client liaison, decorator, scheduler. I worked for free while raising our son and running our home. For 11 years, I built his dream. And for 11 years, he took all the credit. Then things changed. He criticized how I dressed, how I cooked, said I lacked ambition. He stayed out late, made decisions without me. 3 months ago, he sat me down at the kitchen table. I want a divorce, he said. I want the house, the business, the cars. You can keep Ethan. Like my son was an afterthought. The next day, his mother arrived, Linda Miller. She told me I should have tried harder. She packed my belongings in garbage bags. Within weeks, Jason brought his girlfriend home. Madison, 27, worked at his company. She wore my apron, used my blender, painted my kitchen gray. Everyone thought I was broken. What no one knew was that I'd been waiting for this moment for 3 years. Because 3 years ago, while balancing Jason's books, I found something that changed everything. And I stayed silent. I documented it, and I waited. 3 years earlier, I was reconciling company accounts when I noticed something strange. Transfers to accounts I didn't recognize. Loans I'd never approved. I followed the trail until 3 a.m. And what I found made my blood run cold. Our house had 3 mortgages. Total debt, $1.1 million. Market value, the business, nearly $500,000 in debt. Back taxes, maxed credit lines, vendor lawsuits waiting to happen. Even the cars were leased. We didn't own anything. Jason had burned money on crypto, gambling, luxury trips, and a secret apartment for another woman. Total debt, $1.9 million. Assets, $1.6 million at best. We were drowning. So I didn't confront him. Instead, I protected myself. My retirement account and inheritance into an irrevocable trust for Ethan. Untouchable, legal, safe. I documented everything, every loan, every signature, and I waited. When Jason demanded everything in the divorce, I agreed. I asked for only $50,000 and joint custody. He thought he'd won. At the final hearing, his lawyer reached the liability disclosure. That's when he whispered those 5 words. You're assuming all the debt. Jason's face collapsed. House debt, business debt, vehicle leases, personal guarantees. He tried to back out. The judge denied him. He'd refused an audit. Signed a waiver. The agreement stood. He walked out owning everything and owing hundreds of thousands. Within weeks, Madison vanished. The business collapsed. Jason filed for bankruptcy. Months later, he stood at my door. Broken. Can we talk? No, I said. I closed the door and ate ice cream while watching through the peephole. Today, I live in a small apartment. Ethan is safe. His future is secure. I'm rebuilding my life one room, one color, one decision at a time. And here's the lesson. When people underestimate you, they stop watching. And that's when patience becomes power. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel right now. More jaw-dropping stories are already waiting on your screen. Click one and I'll see you in the next video.